This is a heating and cooling element. It's called a solid state air conditioner. And what happens is you pass electrical current through this device, and it contains thermoelectric elements that when you pass electricity through them, they become hot on one side and cold on the other. So what happens, you put electricity in here, this side heats up and this side cools off. So then they have a fan that distributes the heat from the hot side or cold from the cold side. And they use these in computer equipment cabinets for cooling. I got these. I have a similar one in here. I had whoever selling them knew, but they never used. I guess the project was canceled or whatever. So inside here, I have one of these, but because this fan is not really that strong, and what happens is you have a lot of cold here, right here, it doesn't really go anywhere because it's designed to, I don't know, cool a sentry booth or something. And then this is designed to just be outside the contained envelope that you're cooling in the atmosphere. Well, we wanted to put this inside our van, so we had to have some way to get the heat out of the back of the unit, keep them separate without having a wall, because we didn't have a wall. But the main thing, so I got some of these, two of these, which are a rotary fan. They suck in from this way and then they blow out over here. So I got the hot side down here in this box. When the air comes in on this side, and then I got that fan, identical fan to that one, is in here exhausting the hot air from the hot side. So here you're going to need to hose this thing away. Well, what you can, you get that, hose that away from the unit, then the main objective there by doing all that is to get the heat away, to distribute the cold air and get the heat away. So I don't really need those for this part of it. Well, this is going to look like that. So anyway, you got, for the hot side, got air coming in here, the element heats up, this air comes in, this exhausts it out, thereby the bigger the temperature differential between the hot side and the cold side, the more current you draw. These things are really inefficient in terms of electric consumption, but as you can see, they're a lot lighter. So anyway, but just this by itself doesn't do much. So we put these fans on either side. So on the cold side, the air's coming in here. There's one of these fans looking straight up. This is just a baffle, so everything coming in goes past the fan. And then we're sucking it out. Now see, if we had this fan over here blowing in, and that's increasing the pressure in here. And really, if you want something cool, you lower the pressure. So we mounted this exhaust fan here, is actually exhaust in this little vacuum tank, which is boosted by this inlet fan. So here you can put this to a manifold or just blow it out into the space in terms of what we're doing now in the van. So let's see what happens. Hope it doesn't fall. I hope it doesn't fall apart or blow apart. Switch. Okay, so you get your hot air coming out here, taking away the heat. But again, if you gotta pipe this away, then you get the vacuum drawn in over here at the top. Right? Here is going backwards. Anyway, this is exhausting. Taking the cold air out of here. And I don't get why oh, this fan is not running backwards. I was just feeling that coming back. So this fan here comes down below, taking the air in. Taking the air in here. But it's getting too much block or blown away over here by the few blocks that you can see. Sucking in here, going past the cooling coils, cooling this thing off. Better if this thing wasn't blowing right next to it. Cool comfort. So the construction materials for this here is a 110, 120 to 24 volts. So we have a huge battery for the van, which is 24 volts. So this here is simulating the 24 volts. So the unit inside here was $100, and then these little fans were $10 each. It's 120, and then this Star Wars box was about $1 at a yard sale. And then over here, we got the centerpiece, the tea kettle, which we got for free because we used it for many years. And we melted the spout and decided that it was time for a new teapot. But we didn't want to let this one go to waste. So there it is. Well, that's pretty cool. I haven't put an ammeter on here. This unit in here is supposed to be drawing about 4 amps. These things here is about a half amp each. Whoa. Whoa. Well, anyway, 5 amps, 24 volts. So this thing here is 100 watt, about as take as much electricity as a 100 watt light bulb, approximately. So, and then you have this air here again. That if you, the other advantage of this here is, see, you're taking this. If you take this and exhaust this over. With this, when you heat up this air, you pick up the moisture from the air. So, if you can get the air out of the space as quickly as possible, then you get the humidity out. So this side here, again, if you took the supply from the atmosphere, this then would become a supply fan right here. You'd be sucking the supply side of your vent system in to the top. Right here now, it's just going to be recirculation system. A little recirculation system. So you could get fancy and put a filter on it here. See how it's sucking down through there? So, okay. So, I guess once I get this all together, fancy it, make it all. Well, then you know what else you can have here? You can just use this as a portable well vent fan. See that? Well, you might even put something burning in here. Who knows? You just never know what you might do with something like this. You know what I mean? This is pretty neat. You know, if you pass by from a smaller opening to a bigger space, the air expands rapidly and it actually gets cooler. So really, you've got what they might call a compression cooler or something. Let's hear $10. Well, we was in the plastic jar. It was spaghetti sauce. It's a damn good jar. If it was REI, it'd probably be $12.95. Please turn that off.